Hello, welcome to Tips on Teens, where I answer your questions about parenting live on Facebook every Wednesday at noon. Today's topic is teen vaping. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm the founder and clinical director of Teen Therapy Center here in Woodland Hills, California. Also the nonprofit site Child and Teen Counseling, which is a training site for therapists in grad school or just out of grad school, offering affordable therapy to the community. Anyways, let's jump into today's question. All right. My son will not stop vaping. He says it's not a big deal. Everyone at school does it and refuses to listen to me and my husband. We've tried taking it away and talking to him about the health risks, but nothing works. Help! All right. I'm going to start with the bad news. Then we'll go into the good news. The bad news is, if he really wants to do it, there's really nothing you can do to stop it. You can try to curb it, but just like in the 70s and 80s when most of us were kids and teens, if you or your friends want to smoke cigarettes, not a lot can be done to stop it. It's just unfortunate. And there are problems with vape pens. There's a lot of health issues, and it's starting to come out more and more. One of the examples is vitamin E acetate, which is a synthetic form of vitamin E that is commonly used in dietary supplements or skin creams, and it is totally okay to apply it to your skin or to ingest it with certain supplements. It is not meant for inhaling. And that's what they're finding is causing more lung diseases like popcorn lung and things like that. So it is a big concern. Another big concern, to scare you even more, is the vape juice, that they use to create the big clouds and that taste like watermelon and cherry and all these fun things, carry more concentrated nicotine than cigarettes do, which pushes the addiction. It increases the chance of addiction. And having an addicted brain when you're a teenager can affect you the rest of your life. Even if you kick nicotine and you stop smoking or vaping or whatever it is you stop doing, it can help rewire the brain so that person is more susceptible to addictive behaviors and choices later on in life. So it's a big concern, and I totally get the concern. What do we do about it? So you can come down hard with a hammer and punish and punish and punish. But again, if he wants to do it, he's just going to do it anyway. I find that a better approach is building a stronger connection with your kid, making sure he's getting accurate information. If it's not from you, from his pediatrician. There's a whole list of resources at the bottom of this post. One of them is teensmokefree.gov, which has a lot of information. And there's a chat line there where he could talk to a professional about how vaping helps and hurts him. He's going to give you the excuse or the argument that he needs to do it because that's what all his friends do and everyone's doing it. And he may be right. It may be that all his friends do it and that's his culture. And he's going to feel like, well, if I'm with them and they're all vaping and I'm not, what am I supposed to do? And the logical adult response is, well, just don't do it. Just hang out with them. But it's hard for a 15-year-old to do. For example, if you're out with all your friends and you're all sharing a bottle of wine, but then you just got an iced tea. Now, you're an adult, you can handle it, but you're still feeling a little left out, even with a fully developed adult brain. Now imagine you're 15, and that fear of missing out, the fear of not being a part of something is exasperated. It's much, much bigger. So it's important that he has a place to get his feelings out, to talk about what he's need, what the vaping is helping him with. He's going to say, it helps me with my anxiety, helps me go to sleep, helps me fit in, it's not that big of a deal. It kind of is a big deal. And the more he's talking to other people, not just you, it may help him. But again, the relationship between you and your son is really important. If you're just managing him all the time and it's just a punishment all the time, then he's not going to listen to you. You have to have a bond where you guys connect, where you feel safe, you can talk, even about things that you don't want him doing. Again, you coming down with a hammer is not going to help. It's having the connection that's going to help him steer around this and find other ways to do it. It's not an easy topic to handle. I wish there was a light switch answer I'd give you, but there's not. Therapy may be appropriate to help bridge the gap between you and him so you guys are communicating better. It's tough. and my heart goes out to you, and I work with a lot of families. Oh, but there is another idea. I've worked with some families who the parents reach out to all the friends' parents. So you got a circle of, let's say, 5 guys who are really good buddies, and they're all vaping or they're smoking weed or whatever they're doing that you don't want them to do. If all the parents get involved and all the parents are on the same page, it helps reduce that, because it helps create the culture of, this is not what we're going to do. And maybe they need a little more supervision before they go hang out by themselves. Maybe they can hang out, but they got to do it at someone's house. There's got to be a parent there, before they just go out and, hey, we're going to McDonald's by ourselves. Maybe they're not ready for that, and maybe it's also tied to, driving. If they're, responsible behavior with smoking and vaping and drinking leads to responsible car use, and irresponsible substance use leads to, not having a chance to drive. Driving can be a big motivator for some kids. Also, you want to figure out, where's he getting the money for all this? I've talked to some families where they have, kids have an ample amount of money for a variety of reasons, and you may need to limit their access to that money, because if they're going to use that money just to buy weed or vape or anything like that, it's a dangerous use of money. Now, I'm a big proponent for teenagers to have access to money and use it at their discretion, but at some point you have to, set a limit, set a boundary. You have to save them from themselves, because the teenage brain doesn't always see past what's right in front of them. It's just, this is what I want right now. It's hard to see down the line. It's hard to recognize, like I've talked to kids before, and they say, well, so what if I get addicted? So I'll be an addict. What's the big deal? Not really understanding what that choice means. Not really understanding what being addicted means and how that's a life sentence. Now, people can overcome it, and it takes a lot of strength, and it's a credit to the people who overcome it. But it's not easy to overcome. And so I think it's really important that your son in this situation has resources, a therapist, pediatrician, other responsible adults who can talk to him, to give him information that he may not listen to you, and also make sure you're making a connection with him and building that rapport with him too. Anyways, that is our topic today for vaping. It's a big topic. If you have more questions or you have an additional question you'd like to ask, send it to me at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com, or direct messages right here on Facebook. Again, my name is Kent Toussaint from Teen Therapy Center, Woodland Hills, and I'll see you next Wednesday at noon. Bye-bye.